Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here, and we are coming to you from the beautiful Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island. And we're here because of the Detroit Regional Chamber of Commerce's annual policy conference. Speaking of policy, we like policymakers up here, etc. And we have Kimberly Way. Kimberly is with she's a Chief Experience Officer. I love that title.
Thank you so much.
With the Michigan Works Association.
That's right.
And so welcome to the show. It's good to see you.
I appreciate you having me.
And I'm fortunate I get to work with Kimberly a fair amount.
Yes, you're on our board, so we're always thankful for sure it's there.
Yeah, well, you might want to hold that comment for a while.
Okay, we'll wait.
Let's wait till it's performance-based. In the meantime, let's let everybody know what the association is.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're a member-based organization. We're a nonprofit, and all of the Michigan Works agencies in the state of Michigan are our members. So the Michigan Works system is separated into 16 individual regions, each run by a local workforce development board. And then we, as their association, do advocacy on their behalf, professional development, and education.
And it's a great group, by the way, with this wonderful kind of mission to put people back to work. I mean, that's the main part of it.
Yes, at the heart of everything, it's all about getting Michigan back to work.
Yeah. And the irony of that is there's so much more than just getting to a job.
Mm-hmm.
It's like sometimes it's I don't know, you feel better about yourself.
Yes,
all those things.
absolutely.
Maybe it's a dad or a mom who now is providing for a family. And there's so much to this.
There is.
It's really noble work. So tell me, because you are the advocacy part of this, what are the priorities? What are you looking at for this section?
Yeah, so we have several priorities that we're advocating for. Two big ones that we're talking about at the policy conference and continue to kind of ask for our support for the Going Pro Talent Fund, and then also for a Michigan Skills Fund. So the Going Pro Talent Fund is actually a fund that is given to businesses, and it's to help train either new employees that are coming in or incumbent employees that have been there for a while.
Yeah.
So over the past decade, 175,000 employees have been trained across 6,000 businesses in Michigan, and they have an average increase of 18%. Increase in their wage, and they're able to retain their workers because they're able to upskill them. They're getting the funding needed to do it. It doesn't take anything off of the business. It's a wonderful program. It's been going on a long time. It has bipartisan support, but the ask is always far greater than what's available. So we're always kind of asking for more in that pot.
Sure. It's interesting. We just had the governor on a few minutes ago, and that was one of her programs.
Yes.
But she readily admitted, she said this started in the Snyder administration.
Right.
We just thought it was such a great idea.
Yes.
And that's one of the things I love about her. She takes great ideas.
Absolutely.
And moves them forward.
Mm-hmm.
So we've also seen more people come back into the workforce since some of these things were initiated.
Yeah, absolutely. It kind of gives them an in as far as gaining a credential if they don't have one there in order to be able to work in these industries. Maybe they were in a different career field when COVID happened, or kids, or some other barriers that kind of came in the way, and they're looking to start a new career altogether. Yeah. So it really is an open door for so many different opportunities, so many different types of people in so many different stages of life.
All right. So when you go over to the Hill, so to speak, right, and you start looking for legislation that may harm us down the road, right? Are there any initiatives there? Are there any things we should be looking at there?
We're kind of looking for more support just around when we're supporting our workers and supporting our businesses. Pipelines are a really big deal right now, getting youth into the workforce. So anything we can do to support kind of those initiatives, those pipelines, teaching towards the hot jobs that are coming up in Michigan. I mean, we all know that we're at a talent disadvantage just because we don't have the population. So anything we can do to recruit that, retain that, that's all a really big deal for us.
And not only the number of people, but the age of the people.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have an aging population and a retiring population, and all of that knowledge are leaving these industries. So we're trying hard to kind of reinfuse that.
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah. I'm noticing that a lot of the Michigan Works offices around the state are kind of doing more innovative, more outreach stuff.
Absolutely.
Than they've done in the past.
Yeah, so Michigan Works isn't just about reemployment and career services. they're ingrained in their communities. So they're partnering with training institutions, so community colleges, four-year universities, even certification programs, right? They're also involved with businesses, so they have an entire business services side, not just that career service where you go in and can get that training. But if you're a business, a small, mid, large business, you can come in and ask for resources either in retention, in training, in pipeline management. So they're kind of a jack of all trades. There's no wrong door when you come into a Michigan Works organization.
Yeah, and I think people need to know too, it's free. I mean, there's not going to be a bill that comes with it later.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you have a lot of volunteers too that are
Yeah.
behind the scenes doing some training, etc.
Absolutely. And I mean, like our board, we
Yeah.
have so many private sector partners that stand behind Michigan Works that have benefited from the system and really can speak to the good things that they do.
Well, I think part of that is like they always say about the mule, hit them on the head first, get their attention. When we started running out of workers, we started going, okay, where do we get involved? And so it is a bit of a necessity, but it's nice to see them back involved in those types of things.
Absolutely.
Well, Kimberly, it's always good to spend time with you, and thanks for joining us today. All right. Kimberly Way, the Chief Experience Officer at Michigan Works Association. I'm Chris Holman, and we're coming to you from the Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island, where we're attending the Detroit Regional Chamber of Commerce's annual policy conference. You're watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network.